Hi, Lake Grove family. Pastor Greg here with the Wednesday video devo from the Reservoir, our devotional we've been working through together. We've been talking about the virtuous life this month, and today's devotion is on page 115. It's all about the virtue of clear and honest speech. What does a virtuous person look like? That's the question of the week. And of course, we have an easy answer. A virtuous person looks like Jesus of Nazareth. He exemplified virtuous living, and that's why part of our discipleship is about becoming more like him. And part of the way we do that is by habitually listening to or reading this book and absorbing all that we can about the character of God, learning all that we can about the example of Jesus, and then by the power of the Holy Spirit, we live accordingly. We live it out. We walk increasingly in the will and ways of God, and then increasingly we experience life in all its fullness, abundant living, like the Zoe Ionion that Mark talked about this past Sunday, life eternal, which has started for us already as we live in, experience, and exhibit God's kingdom, God's reign, right here and right now in our everyday lives. One aspect of kingdom living comes up in the Sermon on the Mount, and today's devotional makes reference to what Jesus says about how we make commitments to each other. It comes up in Matthew 5, verses 33 to 37. Listen. Again, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform to the Lord what you have sworn. But I say to you, do not take an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is the throne of God, or by the earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And do not take an oath by your head, for you cannot make one hair white or black. Let what you say be simply yes or no. Anything more than this comes from evil. Well, we can tell by what Jesus says that the people in his day had developed traditions of trying to emphasize their commitments by adding in language like, I swear by heaven, or I swear by Jerusalem. And that's not so strange to us. We hear things like that today. Some people still say, I swear to God, or the elegant, I swear on my mother's grave. That one comes up in TV shows or movies, it seems like. We don't need to go into all the details that Jesus describes in the passage. We can jump straight to the crux of what he means, and it is simply this. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Jesus is saying that it is virtuous to be simple, direct, and honest, and then to be dependable on your simple, direct, and honest words. If you're not dependable, then you weren't honest. Just let your yes be yes and your no be no, he says. Interestingly, part of my Bible reading this week is in Proverbs, and this morning I read several verses in Proverbs 10 about talking. One of them was verse 19. When words are many, transgression is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent. Proverbs has a lot of good aphorisms about speech and honesty. And I think the example of Jesus and the teaching of Jesus point to simplicity and dependability when we are making commitments to each other. So, if we can't do something, we don't say that we will. And when we say that we will, we get it done. Followers of Jesus say what they mean, and they mean what they say, and that's a virtue. And it's a virtue worth practicing and growing in. And I think that's it. Have a great day. God bless you.